Good evening, everyone. Welcome to match number 20 of Highway to the Zima Zone. I am Terasi, your restreamer tonight. Your comms will be handled by Miranoko and Iskal. I'm going to turn it over to them, and y'all enjoy the race.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Highway to the Zima Zone League. Tonight we've got nightdew, fleury14, eizantayama, and penguin8r, all vying for the
so we do have these guys. Two of them are on the last matches, and which I believe would be. I've got my notes here somewhere.
That'd be
Good
fleury and penguin8r, yes?
Correct. And nightdew and Eisen are on their third match. It's going to be pretty hype. From what we've heard, it's looking to be a good Sid start. So we're going to be interested in who they're going to get with that. It seems to be decently. We'll get on
Is
the match.
Is there anything you really want to see out of this seed?
After the last match where we got a hook seed, despite Magma B Key was available on the moon, I would like to see another hook, honestly. Get a little bit more contestants into everybody.
Yeah, we haven't been having that many hook seeds this league.
Correct. Someone did run it all, and we are actually off.
Yep. Let's see who we're getting here in Baron. And it looks like Dark Knight Cecil.
So a good old Sid and a good old Dark Knight Cecil.
With the Earth Crystal, so...
Tower Resort will be pretty interesting if anybody does see to go onto there. Mount Ordeals is a potential because of the Cecil in this.
Absolutely. I usually don't go up Zot, but that's a story for another time. Right now we've got everybody looking like they're going to loot Baron.
So it does. We'll see if they go to Domitian afterwards. Is a common one to just go round in a circle around.
Yes, and we're seeing Yang guarded by at least one moon boss over in the Baron Inn.
Which I don't think runners will be wanting to go there unless they want the key item. Yang isn't a desired pick at all times.
Well, I personally don't mind Yang, but this early in the seed might be hard to get his damage going.
Yeah, Yang's pretty decent on that. He's more of a tanky kind of character, I find sometimes. I didn't quite see what we saw, if we saw anything interesting in the shop though. Unfortunately, I missed that.
Not much. Like we've got some divergence here. We've got some players going to Toria Castle, and one up to Damsian, and eizantayama's taking the dive into Antlion.
I quite like the dive into the castle because you have the Earth Crystal. There's a lot more chests available to you compared to Damsian. I do want to see if Flurry goes into Antlion Cave afterwards because of how close he.
And we're seeing an Earth Hammer in the basement for both penguin8r and nightdew. That'll give Sid a nice boost.
Yeah, so that's going to definitely help with some of these early game bosses that they'll find. I wonder what they actually are going to head off to next with that capability.
Looks like Flurry's done in and he is going north.
There was also
shopping, it looks like.
Checking items will be pretty useful in here at the moment. They did also find an ogre axe too as well. We'll see how if they use that on any.
Sounds pretty good to me. Eizantayama's coming up on our first boss in the antlion position, and we have the Kaipo guards. It's an easy fight in most circumstances, even easier here in this spot.
Most certainly. So it's going to be an easy key item checker here. We'll see if they actually get anything good. LQ Flight. LQ Flight also doing a little bit more shopping. Seems Penguin is also doing something.
Nice to see hourglasses, exits, and life potions there in Silvera.
Quite so. I have just seen that they do have matching color palettes over on the team.
Yep, that's looking like we got a Mega Man Sid and just regular old Dark Cecil. So
we'll see if the rest of the party decides to come in color coordinated.
Fleury's heading up Mount Hobbs. Gonna check the character and boss there.
We do see Edward. Instant reset. Probably not wanting to go through the vat.
Yeah, Valvolus early on, that can be incredibly tough. We do have a melee team, but even so, you don't want to face that early.
True. And we do see Eizan picking up the tower key from the Antlion Cave, which Fleury is quickly going to follow on it.
It looks like Penguin is taking this boss fight. Oh, never mind.
Decides not to in the end. nightdew is following up to find that Edward. We'll see if he resets. I would not be surprised if he doesn't.
Yep, there's another reset. And Penguin and Fleury both headed down into Antlion Cave now.
So they will be picking up their tower key. So far, we haven't seen too many party members that people are desiring to go. Yang's probably looking a little bit more enticing.
True, but there's still a whole lot of overworld to go. We still got we still got the possibilities at Fabul and up ordeals.
Very true. We do also have Tower of Zot available to us with that Earth Crystal. We'll see if anyone decides to.
Looks like it's going to be Eizan's turn to find that Edward and Valvolus, while Fleury heads into his Kaipo guards.
Yes, kind of pick up that tower key a lot that Eizan also has. We'll see if Eizan decides to pick up Edward. It'll be interesting.
Nope. He's headed right back down.
Find it a lot more interesting that he just went, I'm just going to walk back in through the door. It's kind of that Simpsons meme where he just slowly backs into.
And there's Penguin8r done with his fight as Eizan is headed into Fabul. He's going to check his armor and weapons shop. Oh, mute arrows. That's nice to see.
Mute arrows are definitely pretty nice. That'll put in some of the weakness of the bosses that might head up later.
And there he's buying us to those.
I think that'll be rather useful. They do currently have a Sid who can use them, and we'll see if anyone changes to Paladin Cecil, which might be useful, but I think they'll have some better use of.
And we got coffins in Fabul's shop as well. Those are definitely useful for fights without the boss bit on.
Yeah, definitely, and some grinding maybe later in case anyone wants to go for eggs. Eizant and Penguin starting off on the Fabul.
And it looks like those mute arrows might pay off, as the boss in Fabul is the Mega Sisters.
Mega Sisters I don't mind too much in this kind of area, to be honest. They can hurt a little bit with the magic, but they don't have too much HP, I do.
No, not really. But as you can see, they still hit pretty hard. Eizan's Cecil just went down in one shot.
Yes, but I don't think he's counting too much on the Cecil. I think he's, yeah, as Sid hits for quite a bit, probably going for those good old arrows.
Yep. And now that Cindy's out of the picture, everything is just cake, as everything's being reflected off Sid and the arrows, and that's Eizan through that fight. Let's see what we get. Looks like nightdew and Flurry have checked the bed. It seems like Edge is laying there, so if we get the Sand Ruby, we're definitely seeing that.
I would not be surprised. And we have picked up the Magma Key from Fabul. Probably going to be a very sought after item after they've done it. I would not be surprised if no one gets. Oh, sorry, goes there, not gets it.
Yeah, there's always good and bad to opening up the magma early, because you've got those free key item checks in the Fey March and at Sylph Cave, but on the other hand, there's still some stuff to do up here, what with the Earth Crystal, Baron Inn, and a bunch of shopping.
Very true. We do also see nightdew heading up Mount Ordeal.
Yeah, I don't know what their situation for Cecil weapons is right now, but getting him out of that Dark Knight state, definitely an incentive.
Most certainly, if they're especially if they're going to be starting to trying to find some better party members. Everybody still only has 2, which is not a desired.
And according to our tracker, we've seen a cursed ring in the treasury, so that'll definitely be useful if we get something evil like a wyvern or Kainazo going on early.
Very true. We see Flurry doing the Fabul defense and actually getting a little bit confused over on the Sid hitting himself. Should still be able to tank that through. Sid's pretty decent on this time. He's got some pretty good armor as well, I do.
Yep, and we're seeing the first boss in Baron Inn is Pale Dim, and the first boss on Ordeals is Karate.
Pretty decently easy fight. Should be able to get through that no problem. I'm finding more interested in what the back attack is going to be with these fewer party members.
And it looks like another moon boss up at Baron Inn, and it's Plague. Plague with 2 people is... I have not had good times with that.
Very, very true. Especially with 2 people, it's going to be a DPS check. I don't believe he has very many life potions, so he's just going to have to... Oh no, he has 30, never mind. I'll see how he
And over on Nightdew's screen, we're seeing Ogo Pogo. And nobody really wants to see that guy, especially when he gets a back attack on you. And the Grimoire, there's a Chocobo, and a reset.
Not surprising at all. And he's just going to leave all deals at that point. The no probe really getting the best of him at that. We do see Penguin fighting the plague, and he's doing a little bit of just reviving, killing, just restarting that timer over and over to maybe push him through this.
Yeah, it's going to be slow going, but he should be able to take him out.
Very true. We do see Eisen going underground, going to be probably grabbing all the treasury. We'll see if the dwarf has a job today as well. And he is a property manager.
Excellent. Run validated for him.
We'll see if anybody else tries to do so as well. Nightdew hitting the town with a airship. I don't think that's very nice. But it does look he will be followed.
Yep, he's headed underground as well. And cabins in Tumra item shop. Bit of an underrated thing, but it's always good to have a few of those.
They are pretty useful at times. They've come in useful handy in times with amount of deals or any kind of save point that they need. Obviously, because they also revive fire.
Absolutely. Nightdew headed to Ordeals. Fleury starting his Baron in fight, and we're gonna see some of the free checks here with eizantayama and the Fame art.
Yeah, I quite like the thing that Eisen's doing at the moment. He's checking a lot more chests, getting more items, and also a potential key item check. Nightdew probably going to go for that Grimoire and try and get something better like Leviathan or Baja.
And we're seeing the rat tail out the other end of Baron Inn. That could be quite useful later, but ooh, there is the Darkness Crystal, free for the taking underground. We've got a way to the moon.
That we do. We'll see if from underground he'll go to the moon with just the 2 characters he currently has. There is a free character check he can get up there, so it may be useful just to take a quick peek, but we shall see. We see LQ Flurry also going underground now, following on his predecessors.
Yeah, he's the first one to pick up... No, second to pick up Yang, but penguin8r is doing a little bit of shopping first.
I don't believe Flurry actually picked up Yang. I do believe he reset on the Plague fight, which is he's not wanting to go through the time and effort to go through that, like Penguin.
Makes sense. And, oh, there's Dr. Lugay and Dark Knight Cecil down in the underground.
Dark Knight Cecil might be a little bit annoying with that high attack spot. Those darkness waves are going to hurt.
Yep, and you see Eisen just, nope, I'm out of here.
See if
Headed
anyone...
to check
yeah. Sorry. See if anyone does pick up that Edward to maybe put some Edward strats into this run.
It will definitely help if you're staring down Dark Knight Cecil, but that spot is also really fast. I don't know if Edward can hide in time.
Most certainly, we will find out if anyone decides to go for it. On Nightdew's side, we have seen that he has beaten Ogo Pogo.
Yep, still one more boss to go here on Ordeals. But first, we'll see what item he gets for this.
We do also see Flurry picking up his Darkness Crystal.
Eisen as well heading into Fabul to check Sheila. And it's a Protect ring up on the top of Ordeal.
For the effort to be up there, it may not be worth, but we shall see how the Paladin Cecil does work out, as no one else has actually tried to go up Ordeal.
Troll Bez. Ordeals is definitely full of troublesome things.
That it is. Luckily enough, another one's going to be going down to Shadow, at least, with the 2 characters still on.
It's not hard, it just takes a lot of time because Golbez laughs at you, summons his dragon.
For some reason, he feeds it quite a lot, so usually it's full even though he summons it.
Yep, and we saw eizantayama go up to the first Sheila check and only got a glass helmet.
Unfortunate. We do still have a couple checks still to go. Thankfully enough, we have the entire underground for a lot of the other people. Earth Crystal might not be a bad place. I'm really hoping on this Earth Crystal.
It looks like we've got our first moon goer. Fleury is summoning the big whale.
Yeah, it's interesting. We'll see if he goes just for the free character he can get, or if he's actually going to check some of those moon bosses.
I've seen some hourglasses around, so he might go up there and grind a little, but definitely having more characters would help a bit with that.
Most certainly. I do like the run diversions we have on a lot of people at the moment. Every single screen is currently something different going.
It's always something nice to see. When you got a wide open seed, people can go all over the place, and only the rando knows who's gonna pull it out.
May R and Jesus really take the wheel. So we do see Fleury probably going to the shop first to check if have we seen Starvels yet? I don't believe we have.
They should be available on the overworld. So they should be have been available. I don't know where though.
Yes, unfortunately, I wasn't looking at too many of the shops. Unfortunate for me. We do see Penguin checking his the people down in Lands of the Monsters. Maybe go. No, he's not going for that Dark Knight so unfortunate.
We're seeing our character check here on the moon from Fleury. And nightdew is headed to Baronin. About to get through his pale dim, and there is Rosa on the moon. That's huge.
That is absolutely that's pretty good. They definitely needed someone to do for that, and they can easily put that bow they've used on Sid onto the Rosa and have her using the mute arrows.
Headed right back to the blue planet.
Yep. So just came up here to get another party member potentially up for. Is Rosa? It's going to be very, very.
Yes.
So we'll see if this play really pays out. I think it's going to.
Absolutely. Rosa's. Oh, nightdew takes a wipe to plague.
Unfortunately, we do see the Starvels on Eisen's screen. There's also Sirens as well. That is quite the stacked shop.
Kaipo seems to be very good today, as long as the old lady isn't getting in your way, and we've bought exits to deal with that.
Just in case we have any old ladies crossing the street before us. Do you see Fleury starting a grind on some eggs though?
Quite interesting. Appears he's used hourglass to freeze the eggs instead of more traditional things. I don't know if he's found the coffins yet.
Quite possibly no. I don't believe he checked the shop in the moon, which they could be in. We do also see Eisen going up Mount Ordeals.
And there's that chocobo coming out of the grimoire again.
I think he just needs to get rid of those Grashel Greens in his pocket. I think he might be summoning too many.
seems to be well on his way to defeating Plague, though he's using a kamikaze strategy. Once again, a slow going, but it'll get it done.
Yeah, I think people are just like looking for characters. We see Penguin grabbing Rosa, or Poser as they called it. Do you see a Flurry in Sylph Cave though? Gone to check the Yang spot. We'll see if he goes up to Sheila.
Seems like that's right where he's headed, and Eizan is headed up Mount Ordeals.
Yeah, so we'll see if he goes for the Ogopogo fight. He does also have the 2 characters. We'll see how he handles it as well. I do believe nightdew did it without the actual Grimoire, but I wasn't watching at that.
Yep, nightdew is through Baron Inn. He'll get his Yang, he'll get his Rat Tail.
Do seems Penguin is about to make the climb as well. I did not see what we got from Sheila. I don't believe it was any key items though.
No, as we saw before, that would be a glass helmet.
Oh yes, sorry. Thank you for reminding me. So we do see Eizan going into the Ogopogo fight.
And I think nightdew is about to be headed up the Tower of Zot. He's parked himself outside. He's equipping. Oh, he's doing the back row glitch for Cecil.
Yep, so if for anyone who doesn't know what the back row glitch is, it's just put a long range weapon on a character and take it off, and they never lose that back row flag, so they continue to do the major damage while in the back row. So it is interesting that nightdew is going up the tower without going underground first.
Well, I don't think he's been to Fabul. The magma key isn't lit on his tracker, so is he waiting for...
So we'll see if he gets the hook from the tower, and if he makes a dive, he probably won't be. Wondering what he's going to get character-wise as well.
Me too, but also remember there's 2 bosses up here, and depending on what that is...
Very true, they can be very mean in the spot. Zot isn't the most desired place to go up, but none of the other runners have gone up yet. We'll see if this play pays off.
Doing the Flame Dog chest first. There's pros and cons to doing the trap chest. They can contain some very good stuff, but at the same time, could take a little bit.
That they can, but they, as you said, they do contain some of the more better items usually. It also gives them some more experience for the up and coming bosses as well.
Absolutely, but it looks like the only thing in that one was a lightning bolt.
Unfortunate. Do say Eizan is just facing Gobers in Mount Ordeals. He did get past Ogopogo. Penguin, unfortunately, having a little bit more trouble, but that Sid is definitely tanking for.
Oh, looks like Dark Imp's in the first spot at Tower of Zot. This is usually a free fight with an hourglass.
Very true. The Dark Imps do not have the boss bits as we were speaking of earlier, so they can be stopped and given statuses free.
Looks like Penguin8r's getting his people back up pretty well, but if a big wave comes out, that could be troublesome.
Very true. Even just a single big wave will wipe his team at the moment. Apart from he has just he's focusing on healing to be able to get through that. Flurry has just beaten the plague. Was a little bit easier for him with the Rosa.
Yep. Now he's got his rat tail, and there's Golbez down on Eizantayama. He's through Mount Ordeals, got his Protect Ring, and now it's time to make the choice. You go underground? Do you go up the Earth Crystal? Do you go to the moon?
Yeah, it's a very open seed we have right now, and it's really, really interesting to do so. Everyone is going different ways, different times, and we'll see how people go. I don't think people will be checking any moon bosses yet, but we will see if anyone wants to make some crazy plays.
Looks like nightdew is just about done with his Dark Imps fight. And Flurry's heading up Mount Ordeals now, too.
Yeah, and we see Penguin just getting through the Ogre Pogo fight. Gonna be fighting his Golbez soon with the Protect Ring that he'll gain. We'll see how these Paladin Cecils turn out. We haven't seen any major weapons really decent for him.
Oh, that's a nice swap for Penguin8r there. The heroin robe he just put on Rosa will stop the paralysis from Golbez.
That it will. We do also see a little mage on Nightdew's side.
Yes, that'll be Porum. And what's more, we see D-Mist is going to be in the second spot of Dwarf Castle.
So we'll see what we get over in from the D-Mist spot. We'll see what the other characters is.
And here's another Cecil.
We have twins going on. So we'll see how that works out. It looks like it's going to be pretty interesting if people do run 2 Cecils instead of going for someone like the Edward.
Oh, looks like we've got a pair of Ogre Axes for nightdew, so his Cecils should be alright for now.
Yes, it does seem it's all Ogre now. We'll see. The D-Mist should be a decently easy fight for this team, but we'll see how he.
Well, that's down in Dwarf Castle. Here in Tower of Zot, we're looking at... Oh boy.
Oh no. Let's see how many Star Veils he gets off before that goes. He's doing the run buffering, and nope. That's everyone.
That's not good.
That is very, very annoying for him, considering the climb he does. I don't know if he saved before the Dark Imps as well.
Is he one of the people that found the Cursed Ring? Because that could be very useful against Wyvern.
That it could be. We do see him going to Battle Speed 3 as well. He did save on the Dark Imp, so he doesn't have to do that again. He just has to go through the cut. See Eizan picking up his Rosa up in the moon. Flurry has beaten the Ogre Pogo, and Penguin is just fighting off to go.
And Penguin through Golbez now. Take 2 for nightdew.
I did not see if he did actually have the curse ring and if he put it on the Sid. Might be useful if he did, but we'll see if he gets any Salvels off this time. He did put it at the Battle Speed 3, so that will help him get a turn. Hope.
Alright, he's got a turn. And the Star Veil comes out. He's gonna survive, and that'll probably one-shot Wyvern.
He's actually got 2 off. Both his Cecil survive.
Yes, and with the flags we have, that second Cecil is going to get a lot of experience. 20 levels.
So he's definitely slingshot off a boss, which is super useful for him. That'll help him out with a lot of bosses. We'll see if he jumps up to the moon after that. Actually, he doesn't even have the Darkness Crystal, never mind.
Yeah, he hasn't been to the underground yet. And for those of you that aren't as familiar with the randomizer, once you have a full party of characters, if your if a character is lower than 10 levels below the next between the median leveled character, that character is going to get triple experience.
Yeah, so if you are, is it 10 levels below the norm, you get double, and if it's 15 or 20, I cannot remember which, it's true.
I think it was 5 levels below median is double and 10 is triple.
I might just be overestimating it. We do see nightdew now going over to Fabul now to get his magma key though.
Yes, and from that earth crystal he got an Excalibur, which is really going to power up his Cecil, maybe even more than those levels.
Very true. Excalibur being one of the strongest weapons in the game, and with 2 of those Cecils, unfortunately can't split it in half to be able to use them.
Nope, we can't unforge in this seed.
Unfortunately not. Is true, Terasu, the demist information will be very useful for night.
Yes, especially since he's the first one to go up the Tower of Zot.
It is interesting he did. We'll see if anybody else decides to. So far there isn't too much incentive to do so. Do see nightdew making very quick work though of the Fabul defense. Fabul.
Yep, and eizantayama is now through Baron Inn. He has the rat tail as well. I think everyone's pretty much taking care of the overworld, except for nightdew's the only one that's gone up Tower of Zot.
Yeah, so we'll see if anyone else decides to go for that, or if they'll go to the moon. Do you see Penguin maybe in the vicinity? It will be interesting to see if he chooses.
He looks like he's going up now. Yeah, a little false start there into the town. And nightdew finally getting underground.
Yes, we'll probably see him first going to check that free spot. We'll see if he gets the Darkness Crystal and instantly goes to the moon, or continues to stay on the ground. He has the Luca key, but that's not a very nice place to go.
Don't think we've seen the Lucre key. He's got Tower key, but...
Sorry, Tower is what I'm getting. I see the T as the L sometimes.
Oh, no problem. And Flurry's scrambling a few more eggs. What I'd wonder is if nightdew is going to go directly into Dwarf Castle now, since he knows that Demist is there.
True, it'd be rather useful for him, but it looks like he might crack some eggs.
Yep, that seems to be exactly what he's doing, as penguin8r discovers the Dark Imps.
Yeah, so he'll go through that very free boss and find out the information. We'll see if he does also fight the wyvern as well.
Should. Looks like he's got coffins, so this is going to be very fast.
Yes. I do wonder who he's going to be swapping out as well, because he's going to have 2 more new party members, and one of them cannot stay in that party.
Since it's a Cecil and a Porum up there, I wouldn't be surprised if he drops the Porum since he's already got Rosa, or he might want to drop Yang.
Yes, this would go down to player preference, to be fair. He might want to go heavy hitting, but I do see that Cecil being a very enticing choice in this current part.
Yep, and it looks like we've got both nightdew and Flurry headed into the Dwarf Castle fights now.
It's very nice for Flurry knowing that the D-Mist will be in there. It's going to be very nice. We'll see if anyone actually checks the spot afterward.
We can see that the first boss here is Asura, and that might be a little slower, but we have mute arrows, we have star veils. It shouldn't be too bad.
Yes, and we'll see nightdew also starting off. He should be better off. Do you know Rosa does know Berserk, whereas nightdew does not have anyone who with Berserk yet? I don't know if he has Barkus one.
Looks like Flurry is berserking his Rosa with the mute arrows, and nightdew is setting up a reflect strategy, while penguin8r finds why.
Womp womp. Do you see Eizant also going into the Dwarf Castle as well? So we have 3 runners in the same area at the moment. And it looks like Penguin is getting ready to fight the wyvern again, putting the curse ring on that Sid.
Yes, indeed. With that, shouldn't have too much problem getting star veils up.
Does have a little trouble with the door. It happens to all of us. See, the Azor fight seemed to go pretty normally. Porum is down, Yang is down. See how much they actually want to keep those characters alive for now. There is a lot of faces with 4 faces each and 3 screens going.
And nightdew and Flurry finish Asura at just about the same time. Let's see what character is going to pop out here. It's another Yang. Flurry doesn't have any choice but to take him, but nightdew is not having any of that.
I am not surprised. It's going to be fun. Both the Yangs are currently on the floor, and we see Penguin getting those star veils off for the wyvern.
Now, once the Mist Dragon is dealt with, are we going to see someone go right up and check Rydia's mom, or are they going to stay down in the underground and check the tower?
Yes, I do see Flurry doing so, and just to try and figure out where things are. Nightdew, I don't know if he'll explore the underground a bit more.
And I must agree with our restreamer Tarasu. That is the best Golbez hand.
Too spooky for me. I'll see what the key item is.
Oh, it's the twin harp. Might be seeing some music tonight.
Oh boy. I am terrible at guessing the music at all times, unless it's like one of the major Final Fantasies.
And Nightdew headed straight up to check that Mist Village spot.
But he is. We do see if we'll go for Twin Harp afterwards, but we'll see what he gets.
And it's a light sword. Another good weapon for Cecil.
I quite like it, calling it the lightsaber.
Seems like a couple people in the chat agree with you.
So we do see Flurry also grabbing his lightsaber. See when Nightdew's going straight back on the ground. Probably checking a couple other things. Penguin, interestingly going to a golem.
He's going into the giant. Might be trying to do a bit of grind here. He doesn't have the team to grind on the D-Machine encounter, but according to Zilch and Supremacy, he's gonna go and fight some mech giants.
Hello, this is Mac Giants. May I take your order? We do see Nightdew go into the tower. Sorry for cutting you off. We'll see how that goes.
And Flurry is going to be providing us with our music for tonight.
I'm going to have to turn the sound on the stream just so I can listen. We do see Mylon, the original Mylon fight, over in the tower.
Seems like it'd be a good place for Yang to just bust out and kick everybody, but...
Yes, we do also see that Excalibur doing work though. They are very weak to light.
That is very low HP spot. Should be over incredibly quickly as Flurry enters the crystal chamber in Cave Magnus.
That he does. We'll see what the music he gets. Anybody who has us a guess?
And we're gonna stop talking for a bit while Edward plays us our song. And yes, indeed, it is a song from Final Fantasy II. This, I believe, is the theme of the Rebellion. I don't know the exact name of it.
Neither do I. I'm sure someone in chat can tell us. Or is it just called the Rebel Army? I would assume so. Do see the elements fight though here in the. I believe it has quite a high magic defense in this area, but with the physical attacking team they currently have, I think they should be fine.
Yeah, they are cutting right through this. Got Cecil with his Excalibur. Got some levels on Sid and Berserk. We're also seeing up at the top of the lower Tower of Babel a Dark Elf fight.
Yeah, that should be a decently easy fight up there. Just let Cecil just do all the work, and
Yep, especially since when Dark Elf transforms into his dragon, he loses the boss bit. So you can hit him with weak, you can stun him, you can throw an hourglass. And there in Cave Magnus, we have the Legend Sword, one of our pieces to finishing this seed.
so in true Tarasu fashion, it's music time.
And Fleury is going to follow that up by heading up the Tower of Zot and finding Wyvern.
Yes, it does make sense. He's in the area. Just makes it quick to climb. Is going to be a little bit disappointed by what he finds, but he is going to be able to replace those 2 Yangs on his team if he so chooses.
Absolutely. And we are seeing that Mac Giant grind down on Penguin8r's screen. I haven't actually seen this in action in a race before, but it seems like it's going to produce some hefty levels.
Yes, it is a very interesting choice to go down here. We'll see if it pays off. They do give a decent amount of experience. And we do see the pass on Nightdew.
Yeah, that was from the tower key, so that's another way to zero miss. If the adamant ends up being here on the Earth, the moon might just be one big trap.
And it could be. We will see if it pays off, considering Nightdew still does not have that darkness crystal.
Absolutely. He's heading over to scramble some more eggs, so he might be planning on taking on those spots in the Fame Arch.
Yes, it would be interesting to see if he does so. Penguin looking to still on that grind, just as Moonbase mentions, get a full slingshot on both Porum and Cecil. Yeah, he as mentioned, he is going to check Twin Harp much later than probably a lot of the other races will.
And we see Fleury using the life glitch upon... Oh, Penguin's done with his grind. He's got Porum up 43 levels. Rose is at Cure 4. He is pretty much set for the rest of the seed.
Yeah, so it is a very, very big slingshot. 51 levels is a very good amount to get everyone the spells they want, the tankiness they need to be able to survive the big bangs later on.
Absolutely. I think the 51 levels was on that new Cecil, and the 43 was on Porum.
Yes, we do see Nightdew picking up his Darkness Crystal. Still no one to really check any moon bosses.
Not yet. We're seeing 2 people headed up Tower of Zot right now, and Penguin not going to the moon. Looks like he's headed underground.
Yes, he definitely has a lot of grinds, so we will see if he goes back to that Bay March area. Does look like he might be dropping off at Dwarf Castle first.
Yep. Fleury just found the bad news. And we'll see if
We'll see if he follows on the other two and have a white to the wyvern, but he might be a little bit faster than the rest.
Yep, looks like you got that Star Veil off on Rosa without the Cursed Ring, so Rosa's gonna live through that. And Nightdew is taking on that Dark Knight Cecil.
Yes, I do believe at this spot he'll just have to try and survive the 3 attacks, and it looks like he's going.
Yep, with the 1 potion, Yang is able to survive through those, and we'll see if this is going to pay out. And it's the hook! You can check that rat tail now.
Which may be an option. We can see if people go for. Do wonder if he's going to do the other fight now as well, just to check like if the item's good or not.
It looks like he's going for it. Dr. Lugay isn't usually a very hard boss, but in this spot he can hit pretty hard.
That he can. He should be alright with his levels. The Excalibur once again will be doing a lot of work in this fight.
Eizantayama also choosing to... Oh, he's getting rid of the other Cecil as well. He's going with his other tanks.
It is interesting. I do believe everybody else has 2 Cecils on their team and has kept 2 Cecils. I may be wrong with Penguin. Yes, I am wrong on that. He has got the Borum and he kicked out the other.
And he's through Wyvern now as well. He's going to be getting his Excalibur.
So every runner having a Excalibur for that last fight, for the rest of the fights on this run, it's going to be very, very useful for just when they get low levels and just tank through the boss.
Fleury appears to be heading up tower. He'll be getting his pass soon enough, as well as the defense sword that we saw from the fight at the top.
The defense sword will be pretty useful for the other Cecil that both Nightdew and Fleury have, but we'll see if they decide to get anything else. No Avenger like the last run, but we'll see how it goes.
And Nightdew through the first half of Dr. Lugay. And Eizantayama seems like he's going to the moon. Might be the first one to check out our bosses up there.
Yes. We'll see if there's a lot more checks to be done on the moon than there is on the ground, so I quite like this play. Though Penguin being the only one to have grinded yet, is seeming like he's in a decent spot, because all those bosses he's going to be going through are going to go through a lot faster than the rest.
Absolutely. He's just checked on his demist, and he's not going to the Twin Harp. He's as well going to the moon.
Yeah, so we see 2 people in the moon, 2 people currently on the ground, as far apart from each other as they could be.
Absolutely. And with those sorts of levels, I don't think I'll find the moon too tough unless we get something extremely nasty up here.
Yes, his levels are probably ready to even beat Zeromus at this point. Obviously, it's not available to him just yet, but we can definitely see him just tearing through the rest of the moon bosses. Flurry cashing in that defense sword, going to find the pass, and we still have yet to find the Adam.
Yep, Nightdew's done with Dr. Lugay. Let's see if it's down here. It's a Masamune. Would be useful if we had an edge, but unfortunately no Sand Ruby as of yet.
No, we will see if he does find the Sand Ruby and does just pick up the quick edge. May not be worth it, but we'll see how people go. He has not grinded yet for the levels, so it's always potential.
And it looks like we have the Pale Dim spot being the gauntlet today. You know how I said one of those troublesome things? There we go.
That's definitely interesting. We do also see Eizan grinding out Penguin, going through the gauntlet, and it's going to be a slog up here. They are going to be hitting hard and taking quite a few hits.
Yep, Nightdew seems to be the first one who's going to be checking our rat tail.
It is interesting he is deciding not to go to the moon yet. It might just be like denying it. Do also see if he is going to check the cave, see the shop down there. Maybe an extra character, but probably not.
And that's the Luca key, which means that everything on the Earth except for Baron is open.
Yeah, so it's quite the run around people are doing here. We'll see if anyone gets 17 out of 17 by going down a couple rabbit holes. Penguin and Eizan still going through their grind. Flurry about to grab his pasta.
Yep. And Nightdew heading into Eblin. Is he just here to check the shop? Or might we see a character check as well?
You might go check the character, grab the chest along the way. See if there's anything, any character worth it. Yang and Sid are two potentials to be swapped out. I would say in this kind of team, but they could still be useful.
We see a giant pile of Bacchus there, and he's just headed right back out the door. Just there for shopping. And to be fair with this sort of party, getting a bunch of Bacchus, that's a pretty big advantage.
Yes, Bacchus Wine's giving that berserk state is, especially in a party where it's just all heavy hitters, is going to be very useful.
Absolutely. And Eizan looks like he's going to be giving us some checks here in the lower lunar subterrane. He's got his grind set for now.
Yes, he has kept the Sid dead. He is probably going to keep him as the H2T anchor. I do believe he's still got the curse ring on him.
Sounds like a plan, but sometimes this can backfire because this makes your entire team really fast, but it also makes the bosses really fast.
And we do see a Bahamut who would definitely take use of that speed, but there's plenty of Star Veils to go around.
Yep, this is a pretty free fight here at D Lunar's spot, and this is the biggest XP payout of the game usually, so we're gonna see even more levels here, and then we're gonna see those 2 key item checks.
Yes, just sacrificing the one Yang as he only had the 3 Star Veils to go around.
Flurry taking a wipe to Dark Knight Sissel in the Fey March.
I did. He got the pan from the gauntlet, or did he?
I didn't see it. I was concentrating on Flurry's wipe there for a second. Yeah, it looks like the pan. Our tracker Ike here has filled it in, so...
Yes, always on the case when we can not fill them. So pan to wake up Yang might be an idea to get that second check on Sheila. Might be better than a glass helmet.
It might be. We don't know yet. And, oh, you were talking about an Avenger before. We just found one behind that Bahamut.
That's going to be pretty good with the Excalibur there, giving them that free Berserk status when equipped.
Yep, and not only that, when you switch to the Avenger in battle, it retains all the properties of the weapon you had on before. So, the power of an Excalibur and the Berserk of an Avenger.
Sounds like some sort of a new Avengers movie coming out.
Yep, and we saw nightdew reset out of that sealed cave there. Apparently, only trash.
It's very unfortunate for that kind of run. Do you see nightdew checking that pan though? Well, going to Sheila. He hasn't actually got the pan, has he?
No, he hasn't gotten the pan. He hasn't been up the moon yet. And he's just getting his glass helmet.
Yes. So Penguin going into the Baja free fight. So we'll see if he just murders it with the levels that he has instead of just going for the Starvel.
Yep, and Rubicant being at Plague, that's a pretty easy spot for Rubicant. Shouldn't take Eizan too long to get through that. He seems to have everything in control. And nightdew, he's heading up to music.
Lovely. So he's going to pick up his good old legend sword. Fly going through the doctor fight.
Yep, at this point the only person who doesn't have legend sword is penguin8r, and the adamant is in the plague spot. That is go mode. eizantayama, the first.
Yeah, Eizan seems to be in a very good spot now. You're probably going to head back to the underground, grab that crystal, do his grind, and head off to Zeromus. He is one of the people who does not have the pass though.
He's also one of the people who still needs to do a little more grinding before taking on Zeromus, so we might see him go back up to the moon and just grind out some more dragons before heading down to Zeromus through the lunar subterranean.
Yeah, that's most likely. Do see Penguin going to be grabbing his adamant. Unfortunately, he's the only runner to not grab his legend sword or be getting his legend sword. So we might see him still be in the moon for a little bit longer.
Yep. And Eizan turning in his legend sword and his adamant, forging the crystal.
Hopefully he picks it up. I've had it in my own runs where I have just forgotten to pick up the crystal.
I haven't fallen for that one, but a couple times I've went over to the pass without actually having the pass.
It's just one of those things where it's like, you're used to having it, you might just forget.
Yep. Eisen, yep, he's headed right back up to the moon. And Swimming Leonie's saying we might see him go directly to Zeromus.
If so, this will be a very quick run for the Eisen. It is, as he says, it is quite possible. The Avenger will be bringing out a lot of damage to go along, as the Dark Hole, Black Hole, does not affect the Berserk status on the Avenger.
Nope. It just reduces the damage for one round, then it's right back to swinging. And there's Nightdew with his own Legend Sword.
So we know where everything is. We'll see if anyone... I quite like that mix, actually. We have the Legend on the Earth, the Adamant on the Moon, and everything else everywhere else. The Darkness Crystal was on the ground, actually, so everywhere was...
Yep. A good seed where you need to get going everywhere. And a pretty free fight at Ogopogo with Mylon Z. He'll hit hard, but Cecil with that Excalibur is gonna slice him up.
Yes, we do see... It does look like Eisen may be heading straight to Zeromus.
Well, we'll see. If he goes now, there's a chance he might run a couple bad Big Bangs, Rosa Falls, but it is possible.
It is most certainly. We'll see if he decides to go with the nice race security and maybe get like 1 or 2 fights, but I do see him just going straight to that Zeromus.
And there goes a Siren. He's gonna be grinding a little bit.
Never mind. Got what I said. Do you see Nightdew heading up to the moon? Probably going to be checking those spots as the other guys did and finding his adamant quite quickly now.
Yep. We got penguin8r searching his wyvern's spot. And a free fight there. King Queen Evelyn can just sit there and they'll throw out some fire and then they'll go away.
No, they will, and they don't believe they will be hitting very hard. Yeah, 82 damage on the Yang is not very high.
Nope, this spot usually having Wyvern means it actually has a pretty low magic stat to offset, Mega Nuke.
Very, very true. It was also you survived the Mega Nuke. The fight goes a lot easier. Do you see Flurry going down into the Luca Cave? Unfortunately, we're not going to be finding very much down here, though.
Nope. And Nightdew is going to head over to Pale Dim's spot. He's going to run into the Gauntlet there.
Yes, but thankfully, after fighting the Gauntlet, you get a pretty nice reward. Well, no, not the Gauntlet.
And looks like Eisen is done grinding. He's headed down to Zeromus.
Looks like he plans to be the first runner to finish the day. Nightdew resetting on the Gauntlet.
Don't blame him. That's a tough spot to begin with, but with the Gauntlet there, it just takes a really long time.
So, with Eizan heading down to Zeromus, I guess we have a question to ask.
Yes, indeed. Whose butt are we gonna kick tonight?
Any personal preferences?
Myself? Maybe Galleon? I usually don't put too much thought into that. I like to be surprised. But, yes, since we have that Z flag on, every Zeromus has one of, I think it's over 400 different sprites.
I do know we recently got Caius quite a few times, I do believe. You see Penguin fighting a Leviathan.
Yes, I believe that's the Cave Bahamut spot. Unfortunately, no value there today.
No, but it should be a decently free fight for him. Should go quite quickly.
Fleury as well looks like he's parked outside of Cave Bahamut. And the Zeromus fight is on. His true colors emerged. It's Magus.
Oh, hello from Chrono Trigger. How are you today?
Getting that silk web out to slow him.
Yes, it should be a decently easier fight for Eizan, going with the as you said, the silk web. The two Yang should be easy enough to tank the Big Bang.
Yep, he's got his Avenger on. He can just pretty much set it and forget it, as long as he keeps up the healing with Rosa.
Yes. We do see we got the Baron key from Cave Bahamut. We'll see if either Penguin or Fleury do get rabbit holed by them. But hopefully.
Well, it looks like he's going down with the pan right now. We haven't seen what's off that, although the only key items left are the package and Sand Ruby.
Yes, we'll see if he gets maybe of a decent item as well, but unfortunately no value coming out of this.
Looks like our trackers corrected us. Sand Ruby was at the Ogopogo spot.
That's fair enough. So didn't want the edge that came out the Sand Ruby, which makes sense.
You'd usually want an edge, but at this point in the seed, they've got everybody leveled up. They're pretty much ready to go. Just gotta find the pieces.
Yes, and we do know where they are. Fleury getting that Baron key. Penguin going to go check Sheeta, see what that second item. Do also see nightdew going into the fight to grab his adamant.
And there's the package, and he is resetting back.
He is not interested in the free character. He has already leveled up, he does not need it.
And he's gonna head up the tower. That'll get him his pass, but that's not the way to the Legend Sword.
It is not. Though it will help him get back to Zeromus afterwards, once he has got the Legend Sword and on his mute.
Yep. And it looks like things are proceeding well in the Zeromus fight. Sid is down, but he's been kitted out as the agility anchor, so everything seems to be right on Eisen.
Yep, we do unfortunately see Flurry going off to the Baron. Not going to be quite the track and not going to be getting anything out of that either. All three trying desperately to find this last item they need.
And rocks falling, and then the flash right after. Eizantayama has finished in first place with a time of 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 48 seconds. Get your GGs out.
Yeah, wonderful run by Eisen, getting whatever he needed. Try and see if he comes in for an interview in a minute. Over in the Baron, we do see Octoman. Decent easy fight in this kind of stage. He'll get slower, even though they are much faster.
Yep. Looks like nightdew is about to get his adamant and be in go mode.
Yeah, so he's going to grab that, and he has the pass, so he is going to get to Zeromus very, very fast. I don't know what kind of levels he has. I do believe he's going to do the same as Eisen. He has quite the decent levels in health to survive this big bang.
He might. If we see him do a grind, it might be on the eggs, since he has to go back down to the earth to forge his crystal, and he has the pass, so everything's right there.
Yeah, so it would probably be... You won't need too many more fights, it'll just be like 1 or 2 more eggs that he needs to make an omelette. And then 1 free Marcus. Do you see Flurry finishing the fight and getting a Rydia for his troubles? Probably not going to take her though. And we do have an Eisen with us. GG Eisen.
Thanks. You can hear me, right?
Yes, we
Yes, we can.
can. So how do you feel that run went? It went pretty quick for you.
I got a timely Excalibur, and that's pretty much it. That pushed me to the moon.
Yes, we did see getting the adamant from the moon afterwards. One of the earliest people to, well, obviously you're first. What do you feel like got you into that first place, considering some of the runners are still trying to find the right?
Well, I was planning on going to the moon before doing anything to grind, but I didn't have any good weapons. So when I pick up the Excalibur, I was like, well, I'll go do that and then clear the moon. And it just was there on the plague spot. So.
Yeah, so
Otherwise, I would have kept digging on the earth.
digging further on the ground or digging more on the earth?
Well, if I didn't get anything from Earth Crystal, I was gonna go to the tower, but getting the Excalibur and doing the grind and all that. Sorry, it's late for me, so I'm kind of tired.
Understandable. If you had gone up to the tower, though, you would have found the pass, and that might have made things a little bit faster.
Huh. Well, yeah.
Yes, but you were perfectly fine missing out on it. Getting that quite quick. You got quite quickly on the darkness crystal as well. I did much earlier than the rest of the run.
Well, it's. I mean, I just went the Fey March.
Yeah, I
But,
believe you were the first one underground as well.
That's, I don't know. The magma key being at Fabul was kind of figured someone got that pretty early too, but
Yeah, a lot of people...
everybody.
Oh, sorry.
I tried to get Edward from Mount Hobbs with Val there, but
Yeah, everyone skipped out on the Edward. Was not willing to go through that Val fight. Everyone did go to Fabul quite early to get that magma key. Only nightdew only got it much later than the rest of it. So very good, GG's. How are you feeling about your next race, just being your third?
feel pretty good now because this should give me 11, so at least a fourth would get me 12 points. So hopefully that's enough to avoid a play-in.
Well, things look to be getting quite tight up there. And I do wish you luck on your final race. And
Well, I'll know more since, as it looks right now, I'll be the final race, so I'll know what I'll need for anything.
Do you know when your next race is?
It'll be on the 18th, I think at 2 o'clock.
Lovely. Good luck for then. What do you think you'll be doing for then? Will you be practicing or doing other stuff?
Probably still playing Fire Emblem. I'll practice before the 18th, though.
I cannot blame you for the Fire Emblem. GG's, man, and congratulations on your first place.
All right.
That will definitely put you in a good spot to avoid those play.
All right. Oh, well, I'm going to sleep now, so have a good night.
you
Have
too.
a good night. So GG's to Eizan on his first place victory. We do see nightdew now handing in that pass. It looks like he's going to go straight to Zroman.
Yep. And with the same sort of party, this should be the same sort of strategy. Berserk up. And it looks like penguin8r's following every last rabbit hole. He's now headed down into the sealed cave.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for him. Do you see Florido now in the moon? Probably soon going to be grabbing his adamant along as well.
Indeed. Though first, it looks like he's gonna find Fabul Gauntlet.
We'll see if he does it kind of like Penguin did, or just not like Night.
Penguin getting that Gungnir and resetting back to... looks like the Fey March. As nightdew's fight kicks off.
Yes, he will be kicking the butt of Magismus. As Penguin probably soon to be checking Twin Harp as he is running out of
Looks like that's where he's headed right now, so he might be the next one to achieve Go Mode.
Yes, Penguin being the only one to completely wipe out the entirety of the moon. Definitely knows there's not many options for him left.
Yep. And while everybody is retreading ground right now, I'd just like to give a shout out to our tracker for today, Ikir, and our restreamer, Tarasu. Without them, this race could have never gotten off the ground.
Yes, very hard work with them. Ikea giving a lot of the items that we miss ourselves, just knowing what they got. Terasu, restreaming in this is not easy.
Absolutely not. Everyone here and everyone over at the Free Enterprise community, they've done a lot of work during this tournament, and if you like to go visit the Discord, be much appreciated. You can pick up a race, you can get some advice. It's a very friendly place, all in all.
Yes, that newbie's corner when I first started it is still active, and anytime you have any kind of questions, people will be available to talk to you. Now we do see Fleury going into the Bahamut fight. Just going to be grabbing his Avenger.
Yep, and with the Adamant right next door, it won't be long until he's in go mode as well.
So both Penguin and Fleury soon to be grabbing their final items. Do both have the pass. I do believe Fleury might need to grind a little bit more though, as Penguin is just going to wreck right through Zeramus. And the was the Rebel Army from Final Fantasy II.
Penguin8r now through his fight. Looks like he'll be grabbing his Legend Sword. And he's off to the races.
Yep, and as he's off the races, we do see nightdew now with the flash and a time of 1 hour, 30 minutes and 25 seconds. GG's to nightdew.
Absolutely.
So Penguin has now grabbed his Legend Sword. He was probably going to be rushing to the underground to turn in that pass sooner. Do see Bahamut killing himself on the Mega Nuke, gaining a lot of levels. So maybe if he gets enough levels on the next fight in the Plague Spot, he may not need to grind at all.
Well, he's got those 10 key items, but Plague Spot isn't nearly as much experience as the D-Lunar Spot is.
Quite true. We do have nightdew with us. GG's nightdew. I do believe he's currently muted at the moment.
Apologies. Thank you very much.
No, it's quite alright. Congratulations on second place. How do you think the run went for you in total?
I was very sweating it out. I was expecting the dot duns as I was clearing out Earth. I kind of hitched my wagon to Earth. I kind of said, okay, something's got to be down here. The last check I have is Twin Harp, and I'm like, I see the Legend Sword, and I'm like, okay, I'm still somewhat in this. And just, yeah, that was rather interesting with all the rude bosses down on Earth. I mean, what we ran into, and you know, I kind of did the whole let's just skip Fabul and see where it takes us. That turned out not to be the play.
Yes, it was very interesting. You went straight to Mount Ordeals with just a Sid and a Cecil. It turned out quite well in the end. Obviously, you have second place, but everybody going to quite a few places themselves as well.
Yeah, and I felt a little bit bad. I'm like, I should have went, I'm like, okay, I can go to Cure 2s, but there are so few bosses up there that can actually take that party. And naturally, I run into one of them.
Yeah. So, what was your so when you were skipping for balls, like, what was your kind of mindset there? It's like I know you said like you got to skip it, just come back to it later. But you went back to it very late.
I went back to it with nothing else available, honestly. I was thinking, okay, we got this early Earth Crystal. Sid and Cecil can take care of quite a lot. I'm thinking, okay, if Fabul turns out to be nothing, that's a fair time save. I can come back, hopefully with a pan, hopefully with Sheila 1, and do something there, but that obviously was not the case.
Yeah, and so many moon bosses hanging out there on the Earth. Kind of acted as a funnel to a few runners.
I can definitely guess that. I'm guessing so many people. I mean, when I got through Zot and I saw at least the fact that I got an Excal, I'm thinking, okay, maybe this can save some time elsewhere, because nobody else is tripping over this thing. Maybe. I have no idea if people jumped into Earth or not, but yeah, it was kind of a play. Given that I had a third and a fourth place finish, I was throwing a few Hail Marys, and second place, well, now hopefully we do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 points, get you into play, and hopefully.
Yes, well, you weren't the only one to go into Zot. Every single run today went into Zot and got that Escal. Obviously at different kind of times. But you were one of the first, or was it Fleury? I cannot remember.
I
but
believe
yeah,
he
it definitely
was
helped
the
out a lot.
first one up there, yes.
But yeah, it would definitely help you. Is there anything you would have done different this run?
Stopped for Cure 2s before Ordeals. Honestly, nothing else. I had a plan to stay on Earth. I went with the plan, and it turned out all right.
Yes, yeah. The times you got is pretty good, especially because you didn't get rabbit holed like the other two runners, unfortunately, today.
Yeah, I see that Baron key lit on them, and I'm guessing they both dove that.
Well, one of them did. I do believe Penguin did avoid it, but he did go down to Luca.
I made the Luca check. I was kind of happy to see the Gungnir down there so I could get out of it, but...
Yes, but unfortunately no one really had anybody to use that Gungnir. No Canes really popped up today.
Not at all.
So GG to you, nightdew. Excellent run today. And when's your next match?
It would be Sunday, noon Eastern Standard Time. I think it is... I know it's the Fizz. Pretty sure Moonblaze Wolf. Let me look that up here. Let's see. Where did that match go? Oh, here it is. Okay, Marth SR, the Fizz, and Moonblaze Wolf, and it's something I definitely is a very needed first place. I'm gonna need to think about getting into the finals, or at least in the or at least into that. But staying alive. That's pretty much what today was, and we did stay alive.
And congratulations on that.
Thank
3
you.
points.
Lovely. Lovely. So you're gone from fourth to third to second. Hopefully it's going to finish off that countdown and get that first.
And while we were talking, Penguin8r has finished his Aromas fight, and his final time is 1 hour, 37 minutes, 13 seconds. GG's to him as well.
Yeah, so we do see Flurry probably getting ready to go into his very, very soon. Just grinding and breaking a couple eggs first.
Yep. With the 2 Cecils and that Rosa just learned white. He should be ready to go. Oh, he's just finishing off his stack of sirens first. Trying to be safe. Always good in that Zeromus fight. You never know how high his big bangs are gonna roll.
Yes, it is interesting. Flurry is not going there yet. I do believe he definitely has a stats.
And here is penguin8r. GG to you, man.
Thank you.
So, anything, what's your basic thoughts of the seeds?
Well, I can say I'm not a happy camper after that race. I kind of needed top 2. I think 3rd place might still get me into the second play-in race. We'll see how things shake out. And yeah, that Twin Harp burned me in the first race. I kept thinking that might be the play here, but didn't get there fast enough.
Yeah, the full clear in the moon. I believe you were the first one up there as well, but that cost you a bit of time. How did you like that Ordeals and Zod as well? Pretty nasty stuff up there.
I don't think they were super tough. It's just all I had was Sid, and Sid past the first 3 fights is rather weak, so it was kind of painful sitting there and just repeatedly attacking with him. Fortunately, I think both of the Zot bosses were actually more or less free. The Dark Imps, and I forget who the second one was.
Oh,
The
Wyvern.
second boss was-
Oh yeah,
second
Wyvern.
boss wasn't Wyvern.
Wyvern's free. Not really, but at least you don't have to hit him with Sid.
Yeah, the only problem was it was a little bit unexpected and did have to change the battle speed to 3. What's interesting, you went for a Big Mac grind though.
Yeah, it's kind of as soon as I saw the darkness, I was hoping for a grind, and just doing Ordeals and seeing Sid hitting for 300 each time just cemented in my mind I needed to get some levels. I needed to do some actual damage, and so Big Mac grind was the play, and was kind of hoping to go moon early, but I kept feeling like I'd probably be the only one doing that, so I was hesitant to leave the overworld checks. Saw me do the dwarf just in case, since I knew there's a demist for the bonus round extra key item.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate you got a little bit rabbit holed with a couple of the other items like Luca. Did set you back a little bit more time, especially clearing out the moon as well. Twin Help came quite late for you.
Yeah, been sitting there since like 40 minutes in, but other spots are faster checks, so you hate to go check it, but you kind of feel like you have to when that's the early check and you kind of jump ahead with the moon like that.
Yeah, so no one blames you. The efficiency is usually the better pick that you would go for. So GG's. That was your last race, was it not? So that will put you at
Yes.
9 points in.
Yeah, which, based on last year's rankings, might get me into the play-in, so I might still have a chance yet. We'll see.
Yeah, so we do hope to see you in some of the future races. You've been absolutely excellent today, and GG on your match.
Thank you.
Now we do see Flurry going through his fight, the last one on the screen. Give all your energy to him as he murders his Magus. So this should be a pretty decent, easy fight for him. Just going to be... you can probably put Marcus Wines on everybody and fire away, but obviously he's going to need the healing from Rosa.
Seems like he's just, yep, he's focusing up now, and shouldn't be too long before we see that Magus mess fall as well.
Yes, that flash will come through. Rosa just keeping the party topped up. Cecil's Yang's doing their job, just punching and stabbing us away. Once again, while we've got time, just give those the restream a follow, Tracker especially. Both of them have done amazing work, and yeah, definitely give the runners a quick look. In no way, shape, or form, though it may not have seemed close, they were doing their absolute best. They are top tier in the league.
Absolutely. Some of them just got a little bit sidetracked, but that's the nature of the randomizer. These things could be anywhere. Everyone has put on a very good show tonight.
And we do see another black hole coming out from Margus. Definitely getting rid of those Barkers as much as he can to slow him down.
Yep. And also, while we're here, I'd also like to talk about the side tournament that is going to be starting in a few days, the Hummingway Open. That's open to anyone who isn't a part of our Highway to the Zenith Zone. It's a bit more of a casual league. If anybody would like to sign up, there's forms available in the Discord, and we've had all sorts of people sign up, from long-standing community members to people who've only picked up the randomizer a couple weeks ago.
Yes, and that just shows that it is a randomizer. It is something that anyone can just pick up. There's plenty of help around, plenty of guides. People in the Discord will gladly talk to you whenever you need it. Do feel free to just join, hang out. It's a friendly community. No one's going to be mean. Yes, Dive, thank you very much. The sign up is only open until tomorrow night now, as we do have to start preparations for scheduling the matches and stuff like that. So do get up and sign up now. Discord link is somewhere.
And there it is.
Lovely. Do you believe Marcus is now on the end? Do you see that single target nuke coming out? Will not be long for him before.
Nope. Though it looks like another black hole's come out, since we've got a bunch of people out of their berserk status.
Margus not going down without a fight. Apparently does not like people being angry.
Nope.
Never mind, I might have been wrong. I did just see him shake.
Oh no, there's a flash. And we have fleury14 finishing in a time of 1 hour, 47 minutes, and 35 seconds. GG to him.
Absolutely GG's. GG to all the races today. It's been a very, very open run. Anything could have gone. Obviously, all the screens were different at all times. So it could have gone anyway. Just a little bit of a luck of the draw on where people wanted to go.
Absolutely. Follow all of our runners if you can. They all put on an excellent show, and
Hello, Flurry. GG to the game, man.
Thank you. That was a little disappointing.
Yes, I can understand. You got a little bit rabbit hole going around. Quite a lot of the spots you don't want.
Yeah. So I guess going through the seed,
You got a little bit
I'd say
going around. Quite a lot of the...
being a known moon enthusiast, I figured I'd throw a curveball, and this was kind of the match I had circled that I was gonna play this match to win. I wasn't gonna try to play it safe and get second or third. So I figured everybody else is probably gonna go moon after getting the legend sword and having access to darkness crystals. So I'm gonna do the opposite, and I'm gonna full clear earth, try to do as efficiently as I could. And then when I saw the Baron key at Cape Bahamut and nobody had finished, I'm thinking, all right, this is around the time somebody would dot done if it was at one of the easier spots. And if it's in one of those spots at that point, I'm not winning. So I'm like, all right, following up on this Baron key is a play that can win me the game or not. So I went for it, and then I saw the first dot done as I was doing Baron, and I should have thought, like, I was metaing in my head. Well, like, I was just thinking this is the time if it was an easy spot, so I should have probably just reset out and gone straight to Demon spot and go from there. Might have gotten me third. But yeah, like that game, I was playing to get first place, and sometimes when you play to get first, you get fourth. That's how randos work.
Yeah, so it was rather unfortunate for you. It was your last match, and that does put you at... You were still quite high on the table, at least. So you might still be in a secure position to not go on to the playoff.
Yeah, I think at 11 points, it's probably going to come down to tiebreaker. I don't think my strength of schedule is going to be too high. But I'd rather be in the play-out game than the play-in game. And so, I honestly, coming into this, I was super happy to qualify, and I just wanted to, put on a good showing. And being at 11 points and saying, all right, I've got at least one more race. So that's pretty awesome. And yeah, it just means I have to run another 100 seeds before the playoffs are done, and I'll be fine.
Yes, well, very much GG. It was very unfortunate because it was a very open seed, so good decision making, just didn't work out for you today, unfortunately. Do hope to see you in some more races. Do look forward.
Yep, appreciate you guys taking the time to do commentary. I know in restreaming, this was a double header, so those can never have too much free enterprise. So this doesn't happen without all you guys' hard work, so it is very much appreciated.
Lovely. Have a good night, man, and take care of yourself.
All right, thanks. Good night.
And with that, that'll conclude our Final Fantasy for Free Enterprise races for tonight. We are going to send you over to Randomania, where they're they're running their Dragon Warrior Randomizer tournament.
Yes, I've tuned into a couple of them. They're pretty interesting. Do stick around and have some fun while last. Do have the Hummingway open. Do make sure to sign up if you are interested. We do have more matches tomorrow. One decently earlier than normal. And should be a whole lot more fun.
Absolutely. Once again, I'd like to thank our commentary and our tracking and our restreamer, Ike here. Thanks for keeping us on target. Tarasu, thanks for all the work behind the scenes. And thank you as well.
Now it's time to raid. Have fun, everybody, and a good night.